Sometimes when we think about productivity, we think about all these big things that we need to do to make a change. But I have good news for you. You do not have to be overwhelmed because there are small habits, small things that you can do that can have the biggest impact. Hey friend, welcome back to the Constant Chic YouTube channel. I'm Kathleen. I'm so glad you decided to click on this video all about productivity because we could all make more out of our 24 hours. This channel is all about leveling up, glowing up, living your best life, fashion, beauty, food, travel, all the fun lifestyle things. Today's video is all about small habits that you can implement today without delay. I like how that rhymed. To be more productive and change your life. These are the things that helped me and hopefully they'll help you too. I make videos like this every single week, so make sure to check back with me. When you're trying to be more productive, it's really important for you to set the tone. You have to start first thing in the morning, and the first thing that you want to do is drink water. I know it sounds super basic, but being hydrated and drinking water can affect so many things, and it's such an easy habit. It's such a simple thing to do, even though sometimes I feel like we make it harder than it needs to be. Get yourself a glass bottle, fill it with water, and when it's empty, fill it back up. If you forget to drink, stack it on top of other things that you do, like stacking habits, which I talked about in my previous productivity video. Be sure to refer to that video if you want to know more about habit stacking. But make sure you stay hydrated because it'll help your digestion. It can help your mental focus. It can help your energy levels, your metabolism. And every cell in your body is made out of some percentage of water. And so if you don't replenish your water, it can have so many detrimental effects on your health and your productivity as a whole, because you'll have more energy if you drink water, which helps you be productive. And so it's one of those micro habits that just keeps on giving if you're able to bring yourself to drinking enough water. You're supposed to drink half your body weight in ounces of water. So if you weigh, let's say 140 pounds, you need to drink 70 ounces of water. And what I like to do to help me with that habit is use a water bottle that is about half of that intake or third of that intake, so I don't have to fill it up too many times. Because the more times you have to fill your water, the more you'll forget. Like, am I at 1? Am I at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? For the day, and no one has time for that. So if you're able to have a water bottle, reusable, earth-friendly, right? It'll help you do that easier. Something else you want to do first thing in the morning is make sure that your first meal of the day is a healthy one. And this is really setting the tone in terms of good habits. Just put you in the mood, in the trajectory, I would say, to continue doing good things throughout the day. So making sure that that meal is a healthy one will help you make better food decisions throughout the day. If you start your day with something that's really high in sugar or something that is unhealthy, that will also set the tone for your day to continue eating unhealthy things. So I'm not telling you to eat healthy all day because that might feel really big, but I really believe, and I've seen it for myself, that if you start just focusing on the first meal of the day being healthy, it'll help you make healthier eating decisions throughout the entire day. Beautiful, isn't it? Delaying distractions. This is a big one because if you're anything like me, if you're not careful, distractions can hit you first thing in the morning. Can I get an amen? Anyone else? Especially in the form of this beauty right here, your phone. So delaying distractions when it comes to your phone, which I like to call public enemy number one. Phones are fantastic tools. We can manage our entire lives from our phones. They're great. But phones can also be very counterproductive. First of all, what you want to do with your phone, micro habit, is charge it in another room when you're sleeping. I know, I've had my phone on the pillow next to me for a long time. That's not its place. That's not its place. I started charging my phone in the bathroom, and you can choose any room in your house. It works best for me in the bathroom because, first of all, when it rings to let me know, that's also my alarm clock. So when the alarm goes off, I can't snooze because it's in another room. So avoiding snoozing is another micro habit that's built in to putting your phone in another room to charge overnight. And this helps you get up because I don't know about you, I cannot sleep through an alarm. I know there are some people out there who can, but I cannot. I cannot sleep with noise around me. I'm that girl. And so the moment that it goes off, I just jump out of bed because I need to turn it off. And it just starts my day with me turning the light on, then I immediately brush my teeth. The moment I brush my teeth, I am wide awake. And the trick is to not go back to bed. Once you turn it off, do not go back to bed. It's really important also with the phone to know this beautiful little tool that is called DND, aka Do Not Disturb. And if you have an iPhone, there's actually different settings that you can set where it comes to your personal time, your focus time, your do not disturb, and you can set it in such a way that it makes you more productive and less prone to all the distractions that come on your phone. I still have a lot of my notifications on, so using DND is really important. But another tip is turning off all your notifications, at the exception of texts and calls. I think you should still allow to come in because, you know, life. But all other notifications are not really that necessary. So keeping your phone on DND, especially first thing in the morning, is a beautiful thing. Last thing for your morning, your beautiful morning, journaling. Also, along with DND, the trick is you are turning your notifications off so you're not tempted to reach for your phone first thing in the morning. You want to have control of what you let in because, again, it will set the tone for the rest of the day. If you go on social media, and sometimes, unfortunately, social media is not only beautiful, joyful, inspiring things that you'll see in the morning. There's not a setting for that. And so you can get all kinds of bad news first thing in the morning. If one of your favorite celebrities passes away and the first post that you see online is someone paying tribute to them, that can really set the tone for the rest of your day. And so in the first few minutes and first hour of your day, you're very permeable. Is that the right term? It's very easy for things to affect you, is what I'm trying to say. And you want to make sure that you keep everything at bay and really focus on things that will feed you mind, body, and soul first thing. So instead of reaching for your phone and letting the world in, I recommend you journal. Just taking a few minutes, however long you need it to be, but it really doesn't need to be more than 3 minutes, which makes it a great micro habit, to journal your thoughts. And this doesn't have to be structured. I use 2 different journals. I have a gratitude journal, which does have prompts in it. And I also have a long form journal where I can just journal freely, my thoughts, things that are on my heart, maybe some emotions that I need to work through or things that I need to get done. There's really no format. You can just freely write for those first few minutes of the day and pray and do your devotions, and that will really help set the tone and set your mind and help you be in a calm state to start the day instead of all of this news coming in, which can really create chaos in your mind and set you on a path for the rest of the day that is not in your best interest. It's no bueno. Don't do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I was gonna do it. I did it. No. Don't do it, girl. I'm serious. Or boy, whoever is watching this, just don't do it. Next thing you want to control, if you can, is your emails, and that is throughout the entire day. Distractions come through emails sometimes, and sometimes we feel the pressure of checking our emails, which is not always real, especially if you organize your time and your day and your schedule to include time for emails. But instead of responding to emails as soon as they come in or checking them as soon as they come in, you can create a few blocks of time throughout your day that are dedicated for emails and making sure that that time is scheduled for you to check and respond to your emails. Keep them contained, because if you listen to emails, you'll just be in your inbox all day, and at the end of the day, you'll feel like you've gotten nothing done. Last distraction that I want to give you a good micro habit for is people. If you find yourself being in a situation where you need to focus maybe for 4 hours or 3 hours or an entire day because you're trying to get through a project, communicating to the people whom you think might need you, just communicating with them that, hey, I'm gonna be off grid for the next hour, the next 2 hours, 3 hours. I might not get the opportunity to respond to your messages as quickly, or you might not be able to reach me because I'm gonna put my phone on DND. Communication is a beautiful thing, and it avoids a lot of misunderstandings. Now that we've set the tone, let's talk about timing. I saw this in a book, The 2-Minute Rule. I think it might be in the Getting Things Done book. If there's anything on your to-do list that's gonna take 2 minutes or less, it is more efficient for you to just get it done in those 2 minutes than to actually include it in your productivity systems. Another thing with timing that I love, this is one of my favorite productivity micro tips, It's the Pomodoro technique, which is a timer technique that you can use when you need to focus on something. The rule is 25 minutes on, so focused work, 5 minutes off, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, and then at some point you get 15 minutes off. That's a great time if you wanted to check texts, check emails, because during those 25 minutes, you are solely focused on what you said you were gonna focus on. I don't personally use 25 minutes. I'm more of a 45 minutes, 50 minutes-er, but I do believe there is some science behind the 25 minutes, or I think that it's that everyone can focus for at least 20 minutes, so it feels like a low-hanging fruit. But if you work better with a chunk of time that is an hour, then feel free to do that. And I do recommend actually not using your phone for the timer. I got myself one of those mechanical timers. Doesn't need a battery, so it's never not working. It's always working. I just crank it to however much time that I want to, and then when it's over, it rings, and then I can go for my break. And sometimes if I'm out and about, I will use my phone. But the thing with the phone is that you can go in your phone to set a timer. 20 minutes later, you're going down the timeline on TikTok. And you ask yourself, how did I get here? How did I get here? All I wanted to do was set a 25-minute timer so I could be productive, but instead I've spent 25 minutes on TikTok. Make it make sense. Next micro habit is planning. I say it's a micro habit because planning your day can take maybe 10 minutes. It's very easy to plan ahead and to make sure that you're set up for success. I recommend to do it at night. Some people will do pre-planning for the entire week. That's not a bad thing either. And then they just tweak it every night for the next day. But the most important part is to pre-plan what you're gonna do the next day, the night before, and also to not over promise and then under deliver. Erin on Demand, I talked about her in my last productivity video. She has a notebook that's called the Top 3 Notebook, and basically it's focusing on the top 3 things that you need to do for that day, and then everything else is just icing on the cake. Focus on your top 3, and also when you do your top 3, you can feel a certain sense of accomplishment. Whereas if you set 10, 15 things and you only get to 5, let's say, then you might feel a certain level of discouragement, which will in turn hurt your productivity. And in reality, you really could only do 3. So the fact that you did 5, you should actually be rejoicing, but you're beating yourself down because you had put 15 on the list, which was really not realistic at all. Also, you can pre-plan your outfits for the week. This is something that I've done for a long time. It helps you avoid decision fatigue. If you're not a fashion girly, you can consider having more of a uniform, something that you might wear every day, like a black t-shirt or a button-down shirt, something simple. If you're not really into fashion, you can just simplify it all and just do a uniform. You should also do, if you can, a turn-down service in your home, which will help you have everything set for the next morning. So if you make coffee in the morning, make sure your coffee station is set for that to happen. If you work out in the morning, make sure that your workout clothes are out the night before so that you can just grab them and going. It's really about minimizing decision making in the morning and also minimizing having to prepare in the morning what you could have prepared the night before. Freeing your mind is one of those micro habits that I think will really help you if you have a tendency to get overwhelmed. I keep a notebook for everything. I do not, as far as I can, keep anything in my memory in terms of me having to remember to do something. I will use a notebook to just brain dump everything that's in my mind. If I have ideas, I have notebooks for those ideas on my phone. I use the Notes app and the Notion app as well, which I'll link below. People often tell me that I have a good memory, but I don't trust myself for ideas or things that I need to do. I will write it down somewhere. And I think there's an expression that says a short pen or a short pencil is better than a long memory, and that is so true. So free your mind, put things down on paper. If you need to remind yourself of something and you feel like you're really going to forget it, Siri is your best friend. Just ask her, she will remind you. Say, hey Siri, baby boo, would you remind me to do XYZ tomorrow at this time, and she will remind you. She will, she sure will. She is dependable. She is the best. I love her. Make Siri your own personal assistant. She will love it and she will never complain. Last thing, you want to focus on making small improvements. Don't try to do all these things at once. Just focus on small increments of improvements and just make sure that you go with your own flow, your own pace. This is not meant to be stressful, but just help you level up and get more done. Before I let you go, I have to give you a few next steps for you to make sure that you put this into application. We can't just hear about it, we have to be about it and do something. First thing you're gonna do is decide where you're gonna charge your phone, get it out of the room, and just start doing that for a few days, see how you like it. You're also gonna get a journal, maybe 2 journals like me. I'll be sure to link the ones I use in the description box to start your journaling practice. Then you're gonna start using Siri or OK Google, whatever phone you have, to help with reminders. This will change your life. And then schedule where you want to do emails and see if you're able to actually put that in the flow of your life. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like this video. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, join the fam. I would love to have you share this video with someone, invite them in so we can continue to grow together. I appreciate you so much for watching all the way to the end. You are a real one. Go ahead and drop a pink heart in the chat so I know that you're here. Let me know what else you want me to talk about. I would love to create videos that you're really interested in. And until my next video, remember to stay conscious and chic. Bye.